Hopefully my mic was like, I don't know whether I've set that up properly.
They are fun though, those little buttons.
It was
like
I just like to press them. They're just very. It's like reminds me of Mother in Alien. Just boop,
boop, boop, boop.
It's so true. They're just so chunky. They're just like boop. Yeah, exactly.
Boop. There we go. It turns out we were all muted for that first second bit. That first section.
Takes a while.
So
Takes a while.
yeah, what I was saying is I'm excited because I've just started using my Stream Deck, but turns out I don't have the audio bits sorted 100% right yet. But yeah, it's got lovely buttons, and I've got, if you see there, you can't really see it, but there's a special Happy Hour Tavern Time button there.
Oh,
so
love it.
I've got a button for Among Us, so hopefully we'll be doing another Among Us stream soon, and I can boop that button. And for normal streams,
I need to get a Happy Hour Tavern Times button. I want one.
Yeah, it's good. I'll send you the PNG, the little icon for it. What's yours like? Oh, you got an Among Us button?
Yeah, I do have an Among Us button. And then I've got a kitty button.
Yeah.
And a butt button.
Yeah.
When we're ending.
Oh.
And then you're the be right back button.
Nice. My butt button is for Envision.
Nice.
So
Of course.
Of course. Just press the button and get going. Welcome everyone to Boletaria and the Nexus. We've
spent a lot of time here already.
Yeah, this isn't technically a tavern, but we pulled some tables out of the gates of Boletaria's castle, and we thought we'd set it up in here because it's quite cosy. The lighting's nice. We've got a few people. Stockpile Thomas is over there. He sells us some food if we want it.
A delicious meal of apples and absolutely nothing else, and I'm going to have to stop you there because my front door is just knocked.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Every time!
Someone must be spawning.
Amongst yourselves. Yeah.
We've also got some ghosts that pop in every now and again. It's very
love it.
Nice.
It's such a dynamic background. It's so freaking cool.
Yeah, it is good. Yeah, I had to do something a bit next gen, and the Nexus. I've been spending this is the place I've spent the most amount of my time in the next gen in. So I figured let's do something Demon Souls in it. But,
absolutely, and with all of these apples around, there will be no doctors in sight forever.
Yeah,
we've scared all of them away with our apples.
I don't know. If you look really closely at the middle bowl, they are quite mouldy. So
really?
They might not be the best apples to eat to keep the doctor away.
We need fresh apples to keep the doctors away.
We do. But yeah, today's Happy Hour Tavern Time is kind of like a little bit of a decompress and unwind, a couple of drinks and a bit of a chat about this hectic last 2 weeks, this last fortnight, spelt the proper way and not the way the video game spells it. Because we've been worldwide, there has been 2 next-gen console releases, the Xbox Series X, XE.
Both, yeah. It is excessive, yes.
Yes. And also the PlayStation 5. And yeah, we just thought we'd have a couple of drinks, a bit of a chat about what we think about each of the consoles and the games and things, and then obviously do some quizzes and things. The lovely Alyssa has tweeted us a Bang Mary Kill the Breakfast Foods edition, which she says definitely doesn't cause arguments. So
absolutely not. Definitely won't make me so hungry because for lunch I've had some prawns and some raspberries, and that's it.
That's
raspberries.
at the same time.
Huh?
At the same time?
No, I'm not that trapped. I just have them one after the other.
That sounds like a Bug Snacks character.
Oh man! Oh, we have a new member, by the way.
Yay!
Erotically yours. High five!
Hey, high five! Oh, and Wind of Horus did a super chat saying, "Here is to next Gin Gaming."
Oh,
nice.
Yes, this isn't gin. This is just Diet Coke.
We also had another super chat from Andrew Gadsby that says, "Hey Ian, we can see your deck."
Yeah, getting my decks out for the viewers. Hey-o.
Amazing.
Sorry.
I'm also claiming at least one of the drinks that we're gonna have in the stream for my birthday because it's my birthday on Monday and I'm not gonna be here, so I'm forcing you guys to be here to drink for my birthday.
Happy birthday! What's the opposite of belated?
Early.
Happy early birthday!
Unlated.
Unlated. That was me doing party poppers.
Amazing.
So I'll get the what is the lovely wax-eyed lady called? Does she have a name?
The Maiden in Black.
The Maiden in
The
Black.
wax-eyed lady.
She has wax over her eyes. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant her eyes were wax.
Oh God. Oh, that's worse.
Kind of.
Yeah, that's
much
way better
worse.
with the wax over the eyes.
I'll see if she'll bring us some birthday shots in a bit.
Nice.
So-
Over
That'd
here.
be very
yeah.
nice if you could do that.
Do you reckon you'll play this, Zoe?
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. When my
Probably
PS5
been doing your head in.
arrives,
Yes.
that by the way, I will be downloading Demon Souls the same day.
Nice.
Definitely. I would absolutely recommend you do that as well.
Yes.
Like, absolutely,
Mhm.
because we've been mainlining it.
Okay.
Like,
Smashed through it. That stuff was in a IV bag. It was going straight into your veins.
Yeah.
100%.
so good.
I was having Demon Souls dreams. It was
Oh,
in my
whoa.
life so much. It was crazy. It was absolutely intense.
Oh, we've got another super chat from Neurotically Yours that says, I had to renew my membership after getting a new D number and subsequently new card. Happy Trans Awareness Week to my fellow badasses.
Hey, happy Trans Awareness Week.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think
Huzzah.
is it today Trans Awareness Day as well as like this
Oh,
week
is
being-
it?
Yeah, I think so.
that's
I'm sure
awesome.
someone might correct me on that if I'm wrong, but yes, either way, happy Trans Awareness Week. Absolutely.
Yay. I'm not. Angel's done a super chat, but it's a pun, so one of you can read that out. Actually,
Angel Beat says, at least the Maiden in Black always waxes poetic.
unbelievable.
Nice. So,
Unbelievable.
Zoe, you've had the chance to play on both next-gen consoles, but maybe you have as well, Aoife. I've only played on the PS5.
I have, but honestly, I got my Xbox Series X, and I had to play around with it. I played some Tetris Effect, which was amazing, but I haven't really turned it on.
No.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, I was going to ask Zoe to start with, what has been your favourite next-gen game you've played so far? Because you've delved into probably more than all of us.
Well, you
And
see,
this is
the
including
problem-
the ones that have the upgrades. So not
yeah.
just next-gen.
So, yeah, that's the issue I have, is that I don't think there have been any proper next-gen games that I've tried yet. Not like, because obviously with Halo Infinite not coming out to coincide with the Xbox Series X launch, I think that was a real, like, kick in the teeth for them. So it's hard to feel like I've played any next-gen games. But I will say that the improvements the Series X makes to games, like Valhalla, which I played a lot of on the X, is fantastic. It looks so fucking good.
Yeah.
Same goes for Gears 5. And I really liked, I played some Miles Morales last night on the PS5.
nice.
And it was so good.
So gorgeous.
But honestly, I'd say because of that, like, I guess Miles Morales is the closest I've got to a next-gen game. And it was my favourite
Yeah.
because it's so beautifully lit. Like, the colours are so rich. New York feels amazing. Like, I was swinging through it for an hour and I never once had a loading screen. It was just really effortless.
I think that's the only one really that has the actual, that Raymond's been tracing.
Yeah.
The actual next gen.
Hell yeah.
It's the actual
No.
proper good. Because we thought that Demon Souls had ray tracing in because it looks so amazing, but people told us it didn't. It's just
I almost can't believe
super
that,
good
though,
looking.
because what ray tracing does is that it's simulating real world lighting, right? It's like an algorithm that detects where light's coming from and how it should react to the world. But like, do you remember when we played the Tower Knight fight? Do you remember that? And when he was like throwing these blue bolts around, and like the castle ramparts were actually casting shadows where the blue bolts were hitting them, and the light was. It was honestly, Zoe, that moment in that fight was the first time I was like, oh, this is next gen.
Yeah,
Like, it
whoa.
looked amazing. Because I actually played Miles Morales on the PS4 and it still looked great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, like, the main, as like I've had time with the Series X and now with the PS5, the main thing that I'd say is that the PS5 like feels like a new console. Like, there's a new UI, the controller is markedly different, there's haptic feedback in the adaptive triggers and stuff. It feels like a new experience and a new start. But for the Series X, they've kind of, the design of the dashboard and stuff and the controller itself still feels like it's kind of like it's too similar to the Xbox One X
Yeah.
in my mind, and that might be me being really shallow with aesthetics and stuff. But I just think it matters that when you log onto a new console, you want to feel like this is the new generation. Like this is so different from what's come before, and it might be the case of like the Series X. Like if it's not broke, don't change it. But also, I think there's an argument for trying to add in something else that makes it feel like this is like a new start. Sorry, Aoife, what were you saying?
No, I was just about to agree with you. I think you're absolutely right because, well, if there's no new games to kind of showcase what anything new can do, then the UI is all you have to base it on. And if it's not going to feel much different, then what else can you do but say this feels the same?
Yeah.
And I mean, there's nothing particularly wrong with saying something is an evolution rather than a revolution, but like, I guess we're just waiting around until a new game comes out to show us what it can actually do.
True, yeah. Not even the name really makes you think it's a next-gen console. It just makes you think it's a step up from...
It's not hard. Can someone ring up Xbox and tell them there are more letters than just X? And stuff like that, and S. Give us a new letter.
Yeah. Or just put an extra number, Xbox 2 or something, you know.
Xbox 720, like literally anything.
420, whatever.
Exactly. But yeah, although I will say that I really prefer the design of the Series X to the PS5 because the PS5 is so Star Trek. I can't deal with it.
It's an ugly
hideous.
console. It really is.
Yes,
it's like
it really is.
a big brute monolith next to my TV, and then you have that lovely little. Is it the Xbox Series S, the small one that looks like a little almost like a little portable radio? I love the design of that one. I think that it just has a much more pleasing aesthetic. Something about the PlayStation 5 that's just...
I honestly think it's so ugly. Like, it really is.
Yeah, I can't even find an angle to look at it.
Like, it's such an intrusive, like, in-your-face design. It just comes across as really, like, you want to see this. And, like, I'm speaking for myself here, but when I have a games console, I want to be in my, like, TV unit. I don't really want to see it that much, and I just want to blend in with the other stuff I have because I don't think there's many things that you can make beautiful if they're a big fuck-off bit of text. Like, I just don't.
It's true. It's not. You don't really want it taking over your living room. It's not meant to be ostentatious that way. It's meant to just, like, as you say, like, blend in. Like, if anything, the controller is the thing that should stand out because it's the thing you're going to kind of see more because it moves around the room and blah blah blah. But yeah, like, I liked Eurogamer editor Ollie Welsh describing the kind of planes of the PS5 looking like a popped collar.
Oh,
so
yes!
like the Chad of
really
consoles.
does.
Oh, you have to give me that
my
mental
God,
image.
it
It's so
does.
true.
That's incredible. Oh my God. So did you go for you got the disc drive version of the PlayStation 5, Aoife, I guess?
The digital one was quite hard to come by. I think it still is. Because honestly, I would have preferred that. I don't really use discs, but yeah, the kind of standard edition is the first thing I could get a hold of. So
that really surprises me. I thought the digital edition would be in less demand, but I guess exactly like you, I don't really play games on disc literally ever. I can't remember the last time I got a disc for a game, so I think maybe more people are twigging onto the fact that digital is more in demand.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm old man physical media, so I quite like to have my shelves with things so I can pick up and touch and feel and stuff. But I think if I do get an Xbox, it'll be the digital version, I think, and just have a little bit of a Games Pass machine.
So cheap as well, it's £250 quid. Like, it's not a lot.
I know. But it is worth bearing in mind that even though the PS5 digital edition, apart from the drive, it is identical to the PlayStation 5, and I think there's about 50 quid's difference. There's not a huge, there's not as much of a divide in it. The Xbox Series X does have, not hugely, but it is more limited in its power than the Series X, and you know that it wouldn't really affect my enjoyment of it, but just so people are aware, like, it doesn't do up to 8K, which the Series X does do.
Oh right.
Not that any. I mean, who has it? Well, I actually did boot it up. I actually did boot it up on an 8K TV because Seb happened to have one in his office, but yeah.
Good lord, that would make my eyes just melt.
I know, my eyeballs were just like, that's
maybe that's why the Maiden in Black has wax on her eyes. She played too much 8K gaming. Needs some soothing wax.
By the way, we've got some new members and stuff. Jules James, new member.
Yay, high five, Jules James. That was a good triple high five.
Super chats as well. One from the one who snacks is FMK. Maiden in Black, Witch Uria, or Stockpile Thomas?
Cute witch.
Sorry, I'm going to have to kill Stockpile Thomas. I'm going to have to ban Cute Witch and marry the Maiden in Black.
Nice.
Because she knows how to banish demons, and I feel like that would be handy in a long-term relationship.
I'm sort of the same, but I think kill Stockpile Thomas, bang Maiden in Black, and marry Cute Witch because Cute Witch has cleaner feet.
Yeah. Metaphorical demons and literal demons as well.
Well, exactly.
And we've got a super chat from Samantali Batiste. Thank you so much. And one more super chat from Admund that says, "Hello, beautiful people. I hope you're all well and getting nicely merry. Stay safe, guys. Thank you."
Yay.
Thank you very much.
If you guys have any questions or anything about next gen consoles or about anything in the channel in general, do pop them in the chat. Because I did see a tweet saying like, why don't you guys do an AMA? I feel like generally these like the Happy Hour Tavern Time, it is kind of an AMA scenario. Like we are looking at the chat, so if you have any questions, do pop them in. While we just chat rubbish.
Yeah.
We chat shit basically. I am like. I can understand why they would push back Halo Infinite to wait till it's ready, but I really think Xbox kind of dropped the ball on this because, especially when you consider like all the stuff PlayStation did to hype up the PS5 launch, like Greg's was a thing.
Greg.
Did, like,
I'm cold. Sorry, I'm putting on my obnoxious tiger jacket.
Yeah. They did the like custom art at London stations.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they just in general were more visible with the stuff they were doing for the PS5, and that could be like because I didn't see the stuff Xbox were doing, but as far as I saw from Xbox, all they did was that like massive
Obelisk
rectangle
thing?
obelisk thing out in the outside that they projected stuff onto. And,
No, I agree. I feel like yesterday felt like an event. Like it felt like that was all everyone was talking about. But the Xbox launch day, which was a worldwide day, bear in mind, yesterday was only the launch in certain territories of the PS5. Maybe that had something to do with it. Maybe it was more concentrated in our social media yesterday. I don't know. Like
maybe.
You know.
Yeah, it's just we got some questions by the way. Frenchie asks, could it be that consoles are pulling double duty as DVD and Blu-ray player in some households? Definitely isn't my house. I do not have a DVD player.
No, nor me.
I've got a PlayStation 4 downstairs, which is basically my Amazon Prime Netflix viewing machine.
Yeah, I stream only. I don't use physical media pretty much at all anymore. I'm just have so many conflicted feelings like about everything with this current gen, which is kind of because it's current gen now. It's not next gen.
I guess,
next generation. Mr. Tennis asks, what backwards compatibility games on the PS5 are you waiting to get fully boosted?
Ooh.
What do you think?
Well, I don't know, to be honest. I played a lot of Watch Dogs Legion on the PlayStation 4, and then a couple of days ago I downloaded the free PlayStation 5 upgrade.
Nice.
And that looked really nice. There was a markable upgrade in the visual quality, and the streets of London look so crisp and clean and clear. But in terms of like just standard PlayStation 4 games, I think the ones I'm most interested in trying out, and I can't yet because my adapter hasn't arrived, is PlayStation VR stuff. I really want to try PlayStation VR on PlayStation 5, especially No Man's Sky, which does have a PlayStation 5 upgrade. If my PlayStation VR adapter arrives in the post tomorrow, then I'm going to be doing a live stream on Sunday of like that and a few other. I'll probably try out Minecraft PSVR and some of my other favourites like maybe Skyrim VR and stuff, and just see how they look on PlayStation VR on PS5. But otherwise, most of the other games on PlayStation 4, I play them, complete them, and move on.
And bear in mind, like the PS5 for PlayStation Plus owners, they have offered like a curated collection of PS4 classics that you can download for free once you get your PS5, and like that includes God of War, Bloodborne, The Last of Us Remastered. Like there's a ton of huge. Like Seb started downloading them, and he was like, "This feels like theft because like there's so many good games here, and I'm just downloading them for free." Really? Yeah. I mean, you've already played most of them, but like, do you know what I mean?
It's like such a good idea. I know obviously Microsoft had Games Pass, which is basically that, but more games. But for it to be like a curated, like, here's something you might like a tasting platter of games. I think is a really smart idea.
It's really good, yeah.
Yeah, one of my
What about you?
friends.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Ian.
I was just going to say, one of my friends, he's just got the PlayStation 5. It's his first ever PlayStation. So he's been on to that collection. He's downloaded
he's
God
gonna
of
have
War,
such a good
The
time.
Last of Us.
So jealous. He's going to
yeah.
great experience those games for the first time as well.
I know. I'm very jealous that he gets to play Last of Us and stuff for the first time again.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What about Eva? I've got a question for you from Angmar Leash that asks, what next-gen game are you excited for that you haven't played so far?
That I haven't played so far. I guess that'd be one like coming out or something.
Elden Ring, that kind of might be up.
Oh,
That's not happening.
Yeah, come on now.
That when I see it, it's like where, bitch, where? What? When are we gonna see it? Like it's vaporware. I would love to be wrong on that, by the way. But yeah.
It's not
I
happening.
don't know.
He's been working on fucking World of Warcraft and stuff. Like George R.R. Martin is doing other things. It's not
He's just
coming.
not interested. Like is he? Like he's just taking
Not
the
at all.
paycheck and bouncing.
Yeah, we have a super chat as well from Jet Set Radio that says, please say happy birthday to my husband. Scrappy is 30 tomorrow.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Scrappy!
birthday!
Ah.
Amazing! Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He was like, and still the most baby face.
Yeah,
ever.
hopefully
like,
we get to see you both again at EGX soon.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
Oh, that
Next
feels
year,
like so long
2021,
ago.
maybe.
Yeah, 2021. Please, gosh. Because can you believe how long ago like our last live event was?
I really miss it. I've never been to Res before, and this year is going to be my first Res year, and I was really looking forward to like kind of chill at EGX, but for good reason it didn't end up happening. But
here's a weird thing. We talk to each other almost every single day. We haven't seen each other for what, 10 months?
that's
Like
weird.
in person? Like that is really strange to
Very
me.
strange.
Yeah, I can't remember what the last thing I did when I came to the office was, but I had when you said it was your birthday, I remember coming down to the office and giving you a birthday
Give me a card. I know.
And I was like, bloody hell, it seems like such a long time that I've been in that office.
Yeah.
Because it was a long time.
No, it was. I know. It's a bit bittersweet though, because like my birthday last year was literally the last time that I saw my family or was in Ireland. So like it's like,
crikey, yeah.
well, I guess that's it's been a
Yeah.
long time. But yeah, because obviously when we were there, we didn't know that we wouldn't be able to come back again for a while. So weird.
It's very, very strange. I've got a question about, IO Interactive and their James Bond game. Quite a few people are asking what our thoughts are on their unannounced, on the unannounced James Bond game.
Wow.
Ian, this is a big question for you, I think.
Yeah. It's been a long time since there's been a James Bond game, actually. I think it was like 007 Legends was the last one, and it was, I can't remember who did it, but it was really badly reviewed. Obviously, like GoldenEye is like absolute classic. Judging from the IO's tweet, it's completely new story. It's not like a GoldenEye remake that some of us are hoping for. And I don't know. If they're leaning on their previous with Hitman and they make some kind of spy stealth game, I think it will be amazing. One of the things I love about IO's work on Hitman is the attention to detail in the levels and how realistic they look. So, like, if we can get something that's more stealth-based and methodical, with these really interesting environments that you can keep coming back to that feel really alive, over just an A to B action game, I think that's what I'd want them to do. Whether that's what's going to happen.
How do you reckon they could make that feel different than just a reskinned Hitman, though?
That's a good point. Now that.
Because without the humor as well, because a lot of Hitman's fun is in the humor of like putting on all the different outfits and stuff.
Yeah, James Bond has got a bit po-faced recently. I wonder if it will be playing as a digital David Craig, or whether it be a different
Daniel Craig.
David Craig, different Craig David. Do you know? Actually, did they say? I think they might have said it was a prequel, like an origin story almost. So it might not be Daniel. Craig.
That wouldn't stop them having to pay him, right? So that makes a lot of sense.
So it could be a completely different Bond. I don't know, like a lot of things about James.
Jr.?
Yeah, James Bond Jr. Yeah, maybe there'd be maybe some driving sections in there because like cars and gadgets are always a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right though. I have been kind of imagining it as a Hitman-esque style game, and
But that's probably why they have it,
Absolutely.
So that's a good thing, but I guess they have to do something a little bit different to make sure that it's not just, because people can just go and play Hitman. So what does James Bond bring that it's going to be special?
I got not. Maybe some of it will be about collecting intel. I don't just mean going to like an object and pressing X to pick it up and you collected it. I mean like actually trying to eavesdrop on conversations and like use charisma to get places you can't otherwise to try and like find stuff out.
That'd be way more interesting.
Exactly, something that's more kind of social heist than like, okay, I have a gun and I'm going to get in this room and kill the person. You know what I mean? Like something a tiny bit like that. So I actually I'm really curious about this as well. Let me just try and find the message. But George asks, what are your thoughts on Resident Evil Village? Because the more I read about Resident Evil Village, the more I'm interested in it. But Aoife, I know you did a video on it for the channel, but I'd love to know your thoughts on what you think it's going to be like.
See, that's the thing, and I think a lot of people are very unsure because it's kind of there's everyone was really unsure when Resident Evil 7 came out, right? Because it was like changing the formula of what Resident Evil was, and it turned out to be very successful because not only was it a return to actual survival horror, where like you start off very underleveled and you're actually creeping around, and you're utilizing doing puzzles, and it's not just shoot down all the bad guys, like you're managing your inventory and doing all that. But this one, I think it's kind of odd because like, well, werewolves and witches, like that's not really Resident Evil. I mean, my best friend is like the biggest Resident Evil fan I've ever met in my entire life. He loves it, and like he loves it so much. He's read all the books, he's watched all the films, like he knows the games, like he could quote them, start to finish too. He's probably watching now, actually.
Hi, Rory.
Hi, Rory. But he's a bit unsure because it's like, well, I don't see the Resident Evil formula in this just yet. I don't really. It seems a bit muddled. Like, I don't know.
Is it too supernatural for you? Do you think? Like, it seems too.
Maybe I don't mind the supernatural element, and in fact I would almost welcome that because I kind of prefer that to like, oh, it's another virus and let's go to the lab.
It's another monster with a big eye in the middle and some tentacles.
Exactly. So if it was reinventing some of that stuff, I'd be okay with it. But it's kind of, well, what makes it Resident Evil? Like, it looks very similar to 4 in a lot of ways, and for many people, 4 is like a game of a generation. Like it was definitely a turning point for Resident Evil in that it was the point at which it started turning away from survival horror and turned into horror shooter. But I don't know. I guess we haven't really seen a lot of it yet. I guess I'm a little bit unsure, but still willing to be convinced.
Yeah, I don't. Thing is, I'm so scared of fucking horror games that like I'm.
What? Haven't you been doing?
You a lot of horror games.
Haven't you been doing Phasmophobia on your own? That's quite an extreme horror game to play on your own.
I don't find Phasmophobia as bad because it's not got a narrative to it properly. It's more just like one and done. Whereas I think what freaks me out about horror games is that I know it's going to escalate. Like it's always going to escalate. It's not like it's just like, oh, walking through a haunted house and like, there's a monster, but it might kill you every now and again. It's like, oh no, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse.
Right.
It's the entropy I can't stand. That's
Fair enough.
God, I never thought about it like that.
There was a super chat from Monica Lockpick quickly. She says, I got the PS5 disc version so I could get sales in real life. So getting those discs and stuff from various CEX style stores, I think.
That's a really like pertinent point. I think because we're in the games industry, like obviously, like for those of you who want to know this, we get sent codes for games. Like 99.9% of the time, we just get codes through our email. So for us, we don't really buy discs because we don't need to. But obviously, for people who play games for fun in their spare time, like there's Amazon and there's like CEX and stuff where you can just buy used games for a lot cheaper, which is completely a fair thing to think about.
It used to be a thing as well that like, if you lived in a remote place where the internet wasn't so good, physical discs, you had to get them. You didn't really have a choice. But now where you have to, there's constant updates, you really have to have an internet connection for most games now anyway. And I suppose internet connections are getting a little bit better in places that I don't know. But that is all. I haven't thought about that. But of course, trade-ins and stuff are definitely still an important sort of way to play for a lot of people.
Completely. But yeah, it's I just want next gen games now. I'm fed up with waiting. I want them.
Well,
I feel like-
definitely give Demon Souls a go.
I know.
Yeah,
You'll love
sure.
it. You'll
Yeah.
love it.
Definitely, it was the one that made me go, "Wow, next gen's here," for definite.
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely. Angmar Leash says, over the past year, which was your favorite live stream and why?
Ooh.
I mean, in recent memory, I have to say Ian Gremlin Ian. Like, I've never cried
Oh my
so
god, I
much. in a
cried. That was hilarious.
It's funny.
You should, if you know what you're talking about, I think it was our Halloween stream, wasn't
Yes,
it?
yeah, it was.
Yeah, we played Phasmophobia during our Halloween stream. I think it was the last thing we played, and Ian was in VR, and it was. You've got to see it to believe it. It was fucking amazing.
It was peak chaos, that one. That was a
so
good
funny.
Me and Aoife were reduced to crying. Like, we just couldn't do anything.
Oh my god! But our Among Us streams are really, really good as well.
Yeah.
Actually, I
Yeah.
really enjoy a lot of those.
So I really enjoy any stream where there's quite a lot of us in, like either Among Us or the Fortnite ones we do, where all three of us are there, and
Right.
just gets
Yeah.
really chaotic, but we end up winning anyway, like we did last night with your excellent sniper shot. Boom,
Yeah,
boom! You were a tiger.
Exactly.
Yeah, like things like that. I really like streaming solo, but when you're playing a game that you and your mates really like, and
Yeah.
you kind of know what you're doing, but also like there's this level of unexpectedness that cooperative gaming brings on. It's always makes me laugh, and yeah, they're the ones I
Yeah.
look forward to the most, for definite.
It's like, I think that's like a caveat of a really good multiplayer game is like, if you recommend a game and say like it's really good with friends, and it's like, okay, that's why I want to play multiplayer. Like,
Yeah.
yes, you might enjoy playing Fortnite and winning, coming number one or whatever, but like, I love multiplayer games where it's like, this is genuinely a great game to play with friends because it's so
Yeah.
like fun and experiential.
Especially
guess that's-
nowadays, it's a way to hang out with people as well.
Well,
isn't it?
exactly. That's what I was going to say. I guess it's like, it's nice that one of the good things to come out of this year is that it has kind of changed the way people socialize online. And it for us anyway, like we've been playing more multiplayer games than we would have otherwise necessarily played. We've
Yeah.
certainly been streaming more than we'd
Yeah.
otherwise,
Absolutely.
which is a great thing. Like I really, it's weird to think now back to like a year ago when we maybe streamed once a week.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're like, it's changed our output quite a bit.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. I just think it's us adapting, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
like what's great about streaming is that not only do we get to like, obviously with an edited video, like a lot of work goes into it behind the scenes that you guys don't see, but you folks don't see. But in live streams like this, we can just kind of talk to each other, but also talk to you as well, which is
Yeah.
something that like I feel like Eva was saying nowadays. Like it's nice to reach out to your community and be like, "Hey, I see
Yeah.
you in chat,
Yeah.
making puns, but like
Exactly.
mainly being nice and stuff."
Yeah,
Well,
or
it all
like
makes us all feel a bit better as well, rather than
Yeah.
like, because otherwise I'd just be sitting in my house every day, just
Totally.
by myself with my
Talking
cat.
to
And I'd be
Kitty.
yeah, I do talk to him, like because like that's my social life during the day.
yeah, it's kind of weird how lockdown has evolved over time as well, or the pandemic has evolved, because at the very start of it, it was all Zoom chats and Animal Crossing, and now
Yeah.
it's Among Us and Phasmophobia and stuff
And
like
really
that.
hold them a knife, and now we all want to kill each other. Like,
Yeah,
that's
it's
basically-
backstabbing and murder. Logan Hanlon, by the way, just has asked a quick question. He says, I just got a German Shepherd puppy 2 weeks ago. Would you like to see a picture? I can
Yes,
at you on
please.
Twitter. That's not
Yeah,
a question
why
that
you
needs
even
asking,
ask
Logan. Yeah,
I
please.
love
Do
German
it.
Shepherds. They're so cute.
They're amazing.
Oh, I did
Me and-
forget to put our Twitter handles down the bottom, actually.
Oh.
But,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Me
yeah.
and Seb have been trying to decide, like, if we. Oh my God! Sorry.
Okay,
but-
Has it,
have you seen it?
has it happened?
I mean,
Whoa!
look at those ears!
Oh my god, that's the fluffiest dog I've ever seen.
Oh my goodness!
I was thinking this morning about adopting a dog, and this is not helping me in the slightest.
I
oh
mean,
my god!
I'm sorry. Look, just one more time. Just one more time.
Holy.
Oh,
Yeah.
your dog is so I mean, all dogs are photogenic though.
Yeah.
All dogs look amazing
I
all the
know.
time because they're dogs. But Jesus
oh my
Christ.
Gosh.
Um,
Yeah.
By the way, Ian, Miss Tanser says that number one, I subbed because of Among Us, and I started to watch all your
Yay.
streams because of Gremlin Ian because they've not had so hard in months. Ah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
That's
That is adorable.
incredible.
Get in my cupboard.
Yeah. Me and Seb have been. We obviously we really want a dog, but we can't. I won't have one because Kitty is terrified of dogs. All dogs, he's terrified of them. But we do talk about like, oh well, one day in the far flung future.
Day.
And we've kind of narrowed it down to maybe an Australian Shepherd.
Okay.
Yes.
Because they are just gorgeous little things. Or like I love German Shepherd. I love any wolfy dogs basically, but I feel like Huskies and things like that are too energetic, and it wouldn't be fair.
Huskies are kids.
Yeah.
Huskies will attack and dethrone God for breakfast. Like, are so chaotic.
What about
kind of feel
Shiba
like-
Inus? Are they good?
Shiba Inus are really stubborn.
Are they?
Yeah.
Really. I've done like when we got before we got our rescues, we did a lot of research into dog breeds, and again, like we were kind of like, oh, we love Huskies and like Shiba Inus and like Golden Retrievers, but they're fucking golden angels. But Shiba Inus and Huskies have a mind of their own, and they don't care if you know it. Beagles apparently too are really independent.
Well, Shibas are like a very ancient breed, aren't they? So they kind of just do their own thing, and like they're just kind of set in their ways a little bit.
Yeah.
But I just love collies and dogs like that. I really like just very intelligent, breeds and stuff like. It's really interesting actually looking into all the different kinds. But I just love all dogs.
It just makes you realize like how I think a lot of people nowadays have dogs because they want like a companion and stuff. But in like ye olden times, trademarked, like dogs were bred for a very specific purpose. Like they had
jobs
abilities to help you. Yeah, exactly.
Oh well, Jam Dev says Australian Shepherds are pretty damn energetic too, so we'll see about that. This is like in the far-flung future when we actually have like a space for it to run around as well.
Exactly.
But,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Anna Carrillo says I have a Husky Wolf mix.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That must be a big pup. Oh my goodness.
Big pupper.
Yeah. Everyone's talking about their favorite breeds now.
My friend got a new puppy recently. I'm just trying to find a picture of it because it's adorable.
Chris Rolesley says Huskies are beautiful, but they are the spawn of Satan unless you have enough land to tire them out.
Oh, and Ruthie sent us a picture of her pup recently.
Oh,
and
I
it
know,
was
isn't it?
just adorable.
Oh, it's so adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aw.
it's absolutely cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were talking about next gen, but like true people, we got
Dogs
Oh
now.
my God,
Dogs.
So
Yeah.
again, if you do have any questions about next gen, please do pop them in the chat, and we'll chat about them. You know, something that I think we should talk about.
Hold on,
Yeah.
2 secs.
Interesting.
Just a second.
What?
My friend's puppy having a little snooze. Oh, you
can't
can't see it.
remember.
You'll have to look on stream in a sec.
Okay, well, our reactions will be delayed.
Yeah.
Everyone else can react now.
Yeah.
It's I think it's a little pug maybe, but it's like cute, very cute little snoozy puppy.
Snoozy.
I forgot you couldn't see my camera.
I'm eagerly watching
Don't
the
worry,
screen
we'll
to see it now.
Oh, it went up.
So tiny.
It almost looks like it could probably be a pug, but it almost looks like Holly Bennett's dogs.
Yes,
Ruffled
Yeah.
Griffins or something.
Oh,
I
it
feel
could be.
kind of bad for like pugs and bulldogs and stuff because they can't breathe properly.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you need to breed some other breeds into like bulldogs and pugs and stuff just to get them healthy for like 2 generations, and then you could breed them again.
Pugs don't seem so bad, but I've seen bulldogs that really
Bulldogs.
don't look very well.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah. But what was it you wanted to talk about, Zoe?
People have been having their PS5s nicked.
Oh God, yes,
Oh yes. Oh
so
my gosh.
bad.
including one of our own staff members.
I know. I'll put the link
Atrocious.
in chat in case anyone doesn't know what we're talking about. But yeah, in the UK, yesterday, a lot of people are having their PS5 parcels. Like people have gone into them, taken the PS5 out, and put random other stuff in there, like cat food and rice and
Air
pressure
fryer?
cookers, and it's just, it makes me so sad that people are looking forward to launch day and having that happen to them, and B, that other people would do that knowing that they're screwing people out of that.
And it's such a worry as well if you think about it. It's a lot of money, and if you've signed for the parcel that's been delivered and then you've opened it up and there's something else in there, then you got that worry that like you're going to Amazon like this is not the right thing, and they're like, but you've signed for it. You know, that's the
Exactly.
I'd get really, really like worked up about that kind of thing. So.
And I don't fucking trust Amazon in the slightest. So, like, I really hope people get the resolutions they want. But unfortunately, when you think how hard it was to secure a PS5 in the first place, like, when are they going to get a replacement? Next year? Like, it's just really shitty.
I'd worry that Amazon will say it's not an issue for us, it's an issue for the courier service, and then the courier service will be like, it's not us, it's Amazon, or you know, it's going to be this constant cyclical thing, which is not going to be good for anybody. But yeah, it's like, people are just like, between scalpers and then people doing this, it's like, can we not have nice things? 2020 has been a shitter of a year anyway.
It really has. Just be nice to each other for a little bit.
For a little bit, please.
Beg you.
Like, when you think about, like, I think, like, someone in our Slack group was all, well, you know, it's probably like people on 0-hour contracts and warehouses, you kind of can't really blame them for, you know, seeing an opportunity when they're being screwed over at work. And it's easy to kind of not see the people that you're actually affecting and just sort of blaming, or, you know, seeing it as taking action against the company. But, like, at the end of the day, it's still kind of a shitty thing to do. Like, you are screwing over other people who just wanted their delivery, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not, unfortunately, that one is definitely not a victimless crime at the end of it. It might seem like you're screwing over Amazon because people will get a refund in the end, but there's still, you know, especially imagine if that's like meant to be a Christmas present for a young family that scraped it together.
I know.
It's not cool.
No. But, you know, that from something quite upsetting to something very nice, I just want to bring back a super positive thing, which is our Hallow stream, our charity Hallow stream that we did in the aid of Fair Share. People still donated even after the stream, and the current total is £14,534 raised for Fair Share. I think when we finished it was just over 12,000.
Yeah.
And since then, an extra £2,000. Yeah.
Guys, that's incredible.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's really, really amazing.
You know,
that's going to make such a difference.
Yes. So while there is negativity out there, there's always positivity to kind of balance it out, and you lot are the positive side of things.
Yeah. Yes, so, absolutely. Yeah, there's been a lot of really nice charity streams happening in the wider Gamer Network universe lately. Zoe, you yourself did one, which was amazing.
Yeah, I did one for Swarm, which is the sex workers advocacy and resistance movement. It is, unsurprisingly, a collective that's all about supporting sex workers and making sure that they have the resources and support they need to do their work safely. So they've got a great thing, which I think is fucking amazing, that's called a hardship fund. So obviously, because COVID affects sex workers as well, not just like people who have jobs that aren't for some reason taboo to talk about in the wider sphere. They have a hardship fund which sex workers can use to kind of make sure that they're in safe spaces and stuff. So I'd recommend supporting Swarm if you care about sex workers, which you fucking should. Yeah, because they're important and sex work is work. So
sex work is work. Yeah, absolutely. That's such a great cause. And I hadn't heard about Swarm before you raised awareness of it. So that's a really important thing to do.
Absolutely great. Yeah.
And then also Johnny Chiarini and Luke Westaway actually did separate streams themselves for Mind, which is an incredibly important charity. And it was, their streams were really fun. Like Luke did, he read The Yellow Wallpaper, which is an amazing ghost story. If you haven't, it's free online because I think it's like, how many years old is it now? But it's basically license free, so you know you can find it quite easily, and it's a proper spooky tale. It was way ahead of its time. Just watch Luke's video. He reads the whole thing. Like it's wonderful. And then Johnny, he streamed Hades and he streamed Sea of Thieves, wasn't it?
Yes.
Which
he
is
loves
really
the
cool.
Sea of Thieves.
He loved it. Sea Dad, yeah. But yeah, it's just awesome seeing everybody raising money for good causes.
Sea Dad shaved his sea locks off.
Yeah. This has a charity.
Oh my god.
Imagine.
Just a stone cold babe.
I imagine if he shaves his beard off as well, he'd no one would be able to recognise him.
He'll never do that. But yeah, and also like talking about doing little bits and pieces for charity though, we mentioned this briefly before, but if you are getting a new console, because we are talking next gen today, if you are upgrading to a new console and you find yourself not knowing what to do with your old one, we suggest perhaps considering donating it to Get Well Gamers. I'll put a link in the chat right now, and they'll ensure that your consoles and any games that you don't want to hang on to, they get sterilized and they get sent off to hospital wards, just any kind of organization where they'll be appreciated and played with by just different healthcare settings across the country, where kids bored in hospital, because hospitals are boring. Who knew?
Boring as hell.
That's something to do. Yeah. So.
Such a good idea, yeah. My old Xbox is going to my sister, who has never really played video games properly before.
Ooh,
but
nice.
she suspects she might be into them now, so I'm like, hey, just take this and enjoy some stuff.
Yeah, it's
converting one person at a time.
yeah, it's
Exactly.
worth trying to convert her, definitely.
Yeah. Amazing.
Absolutely.
Everyone's saying, "Yep, he's now bald, Dad."
Oh, bad.
Amazing.
Amazing. But yeah, once again, keep your next gen game questions and console questions coming. I think the next big next gen game to come out is Cyberpunk, right? That's in December.
Well, so they say.
Yeah.
Do we know that it's been delayed? How many times has it been delayed now? I'm going to say 3.
Quite a few. Yeah, at
Yeah.
least.
Why didn't you just wait until 2021 and
I know.
not crunch as hard? Because
Yeah.
I really don't think doesn't sound like a great place to be working right now, especially after they
No.
came out and said they weren't going to crunch very publicly.
Yeah.
Just
And
feels
then
like,
kind of gone back on that.
yeah, I just felt like they should wait till 2021 and
It's just-
etc. etc.
It's just like, as much as companies can say, "Oh, we don't force anyone to crunch. We're giving them like a percentage of the stock in it, and blah blah blah. We're giving them where everyone's time is fully paid." It's like, that's all very well and good, but it's contributing towards a culture where people feel like they have to keep working, and they can't have that life balance that they fucking need, especially right now.
It's also the fetishization of overwork, I think, is a real problem in the games industry in particular, because games are so rightfully they're built on passion and love and like a real desire to create experiences that people really take joy in, but often that gets conflated with your kind of dedication to your job. So like, you can love games more than like any other hobby you have, but that doesn't mean that you should be exploited when you want to work in the games industry. And I think a lot of people wear the like in development especially, where like the I work weekends and stuff as kind of a badge of honor, which it just really is not okay. It's absolutely not okay.
Refraction says, "Did Eurogamer get to play Cyberpunk to review?" I don't think anyone's reviewing it yet.
No, there's been some people got access for about 16 hours recently, but we didn't have access to that, unfortunately.
No. It'll happen eventually, I'm sure. But yeah. Gosh, yeah. Sam Delk says they've been crunching since last June.
Fucking hell.
So they're not getting Cyberpunk 2077, which is a fair enough choice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's really gonna stop a lot of people from buying the game, and fair enough. The confusing thing is sometimes though that a lot of the developers and the staff will stand behind crunch. Like I know people who work at other huge studios who make huge games, who I've seen on social media actually defend their company's practices, because they're like, well, we want to make the best product possible, and we want to do this, and it's all about pride in our work. And I'm like, that's you. But again, that's making everyone on these teams feel like they have to do the same, especially like if they have kids. If a lot of people don't have the option to be crunching as hard, like they have to sacrifice their family, their personal life, like do all these other things, and it's not as simple as I love my job, therefore I'm going to work as hard as I possibly can. Like,
no.
Your health takes a huge hit. Like, there's so many factors there.
Also, like your relationships, like
Massively.
I don't think I've ever been in a situation where someone's had to like pass up time with me for work. But if someone said to like your partner or like your family said that they couldn't, I don't know, hang out tonight or go for that date night you've been planning because they were working, like how do you think that makes other people feel? Like it just, the kind of overwork culture really corrupts everything around it, and I think we should stop fetishizing it as a thing.
Yeah, Nightcat says work does not equal life, and it's about time people fucking well learned that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think that's a danger with so many places and things nowadays, is like, people conflate their job and sometimes their hobbies too with like a personality trait, and that's not always healthy.
Me. Yes, I agree with that. Jesus Christ. Like,
sorry, go ahead. No, you go.
As much as it's great to be like known for a thing that you're proud of that is your job, like what happens when you don't have that job anymore? Like you need to have like to have time for yourself to actually realize like not only if you're meeting like you're being fulfilled by what you're currently doing, but like just to give yourself a fucking break from like the thing with the job is that I feel like unless I guess even if you're self-employed, you're always assessed. Like it's always like, what is the returns I got from this one thing I did? Like because that's what jobs are based on, right? Is paying for the work you do. Whereas if you don't take time for your own hobbies that you do just for the fucking hell of it, then it just makes you weigh up everything in your brain in terms of cost benefit, which is so fucking bad for your mental health.
It's exhausting as well, and unfortunately I think it's a thing that so many people do now with social media. It's like, is there a way to monetize what I'm doing right now? Which is like, you know, if you want to do that, that's absolutely fine, and I myself do it all the time. I find it really hard to be doing something in the evening and not thinking, could I be doing something more productive right now? Could I be I should be looking ahead. I should be planning something else. I should be, you know, it's impossible almost to not think like, what can I be, because everything in our lives now is geared towards like, you know, monetization, you know, gig culture, all the rest of it, like, and it's fucking exhausting.
Yeah. Especially
really
especially now everyone's work from home and your
your
work's right there,
now
like,
it's even worse.
you know.
Just to make it clear, like I'm not going off on freelancing, absolutely
No,
not at all. I'm just saying when it gets to the point when like it's all you do and like it's all you feel like you can do, that's when it's an issue.
It's just about finding that balance. Like freelancing is awesome. Like it's really cool to be able to pick and choose what you do, and it's a real luxury in a lot of ways as well. But it's about finding like time for yourself too, and time to just switch off.
Yeah, like, exactly. For sure. So I hope Cyberpunk kind of puts the brakes on. They won't, but puts the brakes on and like gives their developers like time to actually breathe and take note and stuff, rather than just pushing. But if they were doing it since June last year, then no idea.
That is that is pretty intense for definite. Pietro P has done a super chat. Says, hey y'all, I missed Happy Hour Tavern time. Glad to see it come back. You're looking as handsome as ever. Oh, why, thank you. Thank you for the great work you do, and R.I.P. Johnny's Locks. By the way, what has been your quarantine go-to game? That's a good question.
Ooh.
Quarantine go-to game.
For me, lately, it's been Hades. It's so much fun. Like, it's so good. Because it's just a game that's designed to be, like, picked up and played for a little while if you want, or you can just binge an entire weekend, which me and Seb absolutely have done as well. It's just really pretty, the music's good, it's a nice game to just kind of switch off and just focus on for a little while. And like for a while Animal Crossing was that as well. I guess the Switch is just really great for that whole thing.
Yeah, definitely. I think at the start mine was either Animal Crossing and Call of Duty Warzone. Kind of went off Warzone recently. And I've just been dipping into games. I really like this game called Teardown. That I've not
the destructible one. Yeah, you've been talking about that.
Oh yeah, I think it's amazing. It's like Minecraft, but so voxel graphics, but kind of realistic looking, and everything is destructible. And you have these missions where there's multiple buildings with things you have to steal in, and they're all alarmed up. So what you have to do is you go into this this area. You see where all these things are you have to steal, and you have to plan out a route to run and grab all the bits in 60 seconds and get out. And to be able to do it properly, you have to like blow holes in walls, knock down like buildings so you can create ramps and things. So it's half destroying stuff like chaos, and then half like intense planning. And there's something about just wandering around, blowing things up and planning a caper I find really relaxing. It's just quite zen. So I've been really enjoying that. That's one I've kept to myself rather than streaming and stuff, just because I like it.
It's nice
a bit of a
that,
chill out.
Yeah.
How about you, Zoe?
At the beginning of lockdown, I also did a lot of Animal Crossing. Like, I burned out on Animal Crossing very quickly because I was so invested in it.
I remember you got so angry about not being able to catch a fish that one time.
Oh my god. Yeah, maybe that was the end for me. I couldn't catch a tuna or something, and I was just absolutely losing it. But I think apart from that, like I've been dipping in and out of a lot of games. I'm finding it hard to find one game that I consistently play because lockdown is like messing with everything, I think. So it's really hard for me to just be like, I'm going to play a game. But I have been playing a lot of Hollow Knight recently, and I really like Hollow Knight. It's
Nice. Is that a roguelike?
It's Metroid. It's Metroidvania kind of. It is. I had someone describe it to me as it's like Dark Souls, and at first I was like, fuck off, it's like Dark Souls, but it is like Dark Souls. Like, the more you play it, the bosses are like really force you to kind of pay attention to how you're moving, whether you're jumping, like how you hit them when they're open. It's a really good game, and because it's Metroidvania, the more abilities you pick up from killing bosses and getting special areas, the more you can explore the map, and it feels, it's one of those games where when you kill things you get soul, which you can then spend on items, so it's very Dark Soulsy in that way, but it's really good to pop in for like an hour or stuff, like make a bit of progress in the map and then just switch off and go back to later, which I like really enjoy.
I'm pretty sure it's still PlayStation Plus this month.
Yeah, I think
you
so.
should get
Yeah,
downloading along with Bug Snacks, Scoopy Banoopy, Scoop, Scoopy Banoopy.
Oh God!
I can't believe that's actually what they say.
Scoopy Banoopy. Actually says it
I thought
like
you were just making up some
No,
fucking shit, but no, it turns out it's
I
true.
love that voice because you can tell that the voice actor has been like kind of role playing, being a bit cold as well. So he's like Scoopy Banoopy, Scoop.
I love that you're like they really went method on this. They're really
They did a few a little kind of pre-release. I wouldn't say documentaries, but little looks at the voice actors and behind the Bug Snacks, the ones that are like strappy, all the ones that did that. It's quite funny to watch.
We've missed a couple of super chats, by the way, if I want to get caught up a little bit.
Chris Kelly Plays says, thank you for the live streams in 2020. I've taken the plunge on the kit because my wedding film job got fecked because of the virus. I'm now a YouTuber. Hey, welcome to the club.
Well, it's funny you should say that as well, because we were thinking about what members videos we can do, and we were thinking about maybe doing one that kind of breaks down the kit that we use, how we set it up and things like that, so we could take you guys on a little bit of a tour around each of our individual setups. So if you would be interested in seeing that, do let us know. And I promise, I know I've said this before, but I promise the new members video will be with you next week. It's almost done. It's honestly almost done. It's been a little bit hectic. And
certainly has.
We've had a lot going on.
There has been a lot going on.
All the things.
Yeah. But yeah, that's awesome. Well done at taking the plunge and becoming a YouTuber. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We've
also for Lamiosa as well.
Cool. You go for it. I haven't read that one.
Greetings from Australia. New to the channel. Love you guys, though unfortunately I don't get to watch live very often because of time zones. It's currently 3 a.m.
What? Good work staying up late.
They have a man crush on Ian. Oh,
I thank you.
That's cute.
But Lamiosa, what is your take on jorts, though? Because we know.
Oh God, don't.
They're fashion now. I've been saying for ages that jorts are going to come back into fashion, and I've just been biding my time until basically fashion is cyclical. I've been fashionable many times in my life. Yes, it's cyclical. So every the flares were in at one point, and then they were back in, and now they're out again. And now Harry Styles has been wearing jorts, and I think it was Teen Pop Fashion. .com, they put an emoji with love heart eyes next to Harry Styles wearing jorts, so that means
what really upsets me about this whole Harry Styles thing is I very nearly bought a pair of
jorts
for my as a wee treat for my birthday, and I'm really glad I did, because that would only get you further. So
I would just like to ask who told Ian fashion was cyclical.
I know.
thought we agreed to keep that to ourselves. I don't know that.
I've time travelled through multiple generations. I've seen this happen. I've seen this happen multiple times.
Don't come back around, Ian. Some things are best left in the past where they belong.
We've also got a super chat from Ad Muns, by the way, that says, "Hey guys, what single player games would you recommend? Thanks very much. Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War, BioShock, Fable 2,
Bug Snacks."
No.
One of these things is not like the others. Big question. It's like what are films? I'm like trying to think of a single player game now, and I'm like, so many.
Single
Kind
player
of depends
game.
on like the genre that you're into.
Yeah. Single player games that have really like hit a nerve. Not hit a nerve, but stuck with me off the top of my head. Dead Space, Soma.
Yeah, weirdly, I'm thinking of horror games now as well. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, Alien Isolation.
They're the ones that always elicit the biggest response for me, I think. I think I can play a shooter game and completely switch off and be just like, meh. And I can play like an action slasher game and just be like, meh, swords. And then a horror game, I'm often on the edge of my seat and I'm properly like invested and like, and I think they're the ones that stick in my memory more. Like The Last of Us. If The Last of Us didn't have, it has these amazing character developments and stuff, but having the peril and the horror as well makes me care even more about those characters. So I think,
That's fair.
But Last of Us as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think like particular Sony and PlayStation have really invested in most recent years in big, obviously because they have the money to, like big blockbuster single player cinematic games, which are really good and really polished, really high quality. But there are a lot of I think Hades is a single player game.
Absolutely,
Fantastic as well, and like it's up for all the awards.
I guess when people say single player, I immediately think like role playing game, like oh no, not role playing. Sorry, like narrative game, like with the story. But yeah, you're right. Horizon. I mean, Hades is definitely a single player game, like for sure.
Tell Me Why as well, like which was awesome, and like weirdly, like I feel like it kind of, because I think it was because it came out and was completed like in such a short space of time. I feel like it didn't get the same fanfare as say like Life is Strange, even though it totally deserved it. Like it was a great game. So I think more people should play and check that out if you haven't already.
I started playing it on the X and it is really heartfelt. Like it's I played it just to kind of test it out and see what it looks like, but I got really into it and accidentally played it for like an hour or something when I was supposed to be gathering like 10 minutes of capture, and I was like, oh shit, okay, right. Maybe I should come back to this later.
It's really earnest in a way that I really like. Like it's kind of a bit like, I wouldn't say preachy. I think it's quite like it touches on some really good issues. Not least, it has a trans male as the main character, which is wonderful. Like, and they're twins, and they go through like so many issues. But like, there's also like a lot of it touches on Tlingit culture.
Tlingit culture.
Yeah.
So Tlingit is an indigenous race, because it's set in Alaska.
Oh, okay.
And it talks about like how their displacement, in America and stuff like that. And it just really like they've obviously done a lot of research on these topics and feel very strongly about them as well. But it never feels like it's being like, and now to the serious issue. Like it's all woven into the narrative, and the narrative itself is, it's quite a difficult one actually. About like, so these twins are like reunited after 10 years apart, and it's a kind of really interesting look at how your memories can be changed by your perception of people and of places, and how you might remember something happening and you might be like having a very emotional response to your memory of how that thing happened, but that doesn't mean that thing actually necessarily happened that way. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder what they're going to be doing next. Like they've been putting out games that have been tackling such important issues. I wonder if they get what they've got next in the works.
Yeah, I know, especially with Life is Strange 2 being done now as well. I really hope because they've opened a new studio too.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
They opened a new studio in, I want to say, Montreal recently, so I'll be really interested to see what they do next. We did miss the super chat from Saul Reed, by the way. As someone who spent a combined total of 2.5 weeks off this year and had a huge mental breakdown 3 weeks ago as a result, a work and life balance, super important. Saul, I really hope you're okay. I know you work super, super hard.
Yeah.
Please take the time to get look after yourself, and we're sending you get well vibes for sure.
For sure, definitely. I'm just trying to think about that I should be playing some more different games in my free time. Trying desperately.
If you have a quick look on Twitter, by the way, John O'Toole has tweeted us a picture of his 3 dogs. So if you want more dog action, there's a Shivo, a Pomeranian. Oh no, a Husky, a Collie, and a Pomeranian Cross Terrier.
Oh, the pom.
The pom's like proper chuffed to be in a bush.
The pom is gonna they're living their best life right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh my god. Heather says Hades is a single and horny player game. Yes, absolutely. It's
Absolutely.
so thirsty.
I have seen a lot of people thirsting over the characters on Twitter.
I read some stuff about the design behind the gods and goddesses in or the gods really in Hades, and they were saying the reason that was so attractive is because in Greek myth and stuff, the gods are described as beautiful because they're not human, they're extra human. So if they had control over themselves, because they represent concepts as much as being actual bodies and stuff, they would just be beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you be
that's all they are. But it's such. I really think I can see where the sequel would go because someone I know has been playing a lot of it, and I really hope they give a sequel that is basically Hades going against the gods and being okay, now I'm gonna fuck with you.
The one thing, we've been actually watching a little bit, just because of enjoying Hades so much, is Blood of Zeus on Netflix.
Oh, I've not heard of that.
It's it's all the same characters because it's all about ancient Greek mythology, but it's kind of in an old style. You would really like it, Ian, because it's kind of like that old style, classic cartoon sort of. It's kind of like an anime, but it's got that sort of animation style that is, I guess, more reminiscent of He-Man and
What was the name again?
It's called Blood of Zeus. I think it's only 7 episodes or something, but it's really good.
Oh, I've got that on the list to check out. Oh god, completely. Well, maybe on the same subject. I was just on Slack earlier, just saying how much I really liked Fleabag. Me and Laura, my wife, have literally only just watched it. If you've never seen Fleabag before and you like incredibly well written, incredibly deep characters, but also superb humour with a quite a dark edge, Fleabag is just wonderful. I can't stop thinking about it. It's such a good series. Two seasons of it. And
I really need to watch it.
have you never seen? Oh my god! The episodes are 25 minutes long as well, so you can binge them all in an evening, pretty much. A lot of people want season 3, but I thought the ending was kind of perfect in a way.
I think it's one of those shows that you'd love to see more of it, but it doesn't need it.
Yeah. But I was like you, Zoe. Everyone was like, "Well, you gotta watch Fleabag, and put it off. And now I'm like, oh shit, I should have watched it earlier. It's so good.
I've been watching a lot of Veep because it's very cathartic at the moment.
Oh, I've not seen Veep.
Veep is great. Veep is. Have you heard of Thick of It?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's written by the same guy. It's about the Vice President of the United States of America called Selena Meyer, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and she's fucking amazing in it. But it is
Is there a Malcolm Tucker style character in it?
No. The Vice President is the main character, but it's all about her efforts to kind of cling to power, and it is fucked up in places, real bad.
That's going on the list as well.
Yeah, I watched the finale the other day, and I just had to sit there for 5 minutes just being like, oh my fucking god, did she do that? It's really good. It's a dark comedy, but it's pretty funny.
Oh, good. Up my street then, definitely.
Absolutely. You should also watch Death of Stalin if you've not seen that as well.
I have seen that one, yeah.
That is
so
good.
Jeevan Sandy says Killing Eve, though. Killing Eve was written by the same writer as Fleabag. I really liked season 1 of Killing Eve, and then I felt season 2 wasn't as strong, and then I just going a bit downhill.
I think I remember reading quite a few people were saying that about Killing Eve, which is a shame.
We had a few super chats. Danielle Booth says, speaking of Bioshock, what are you all hoping for with the new one when it eventually comes out? Give me a prequel. I always forget that there's a new Bioshock coming because Irrational Games are no more.
They've been very quiet about it as well. We literally haven't had even a trailer or a sniff of a trailer. Or a logo, nothing.
What would we want from a new Bioshock game? They've done Under the Sea, they've done In the Air. What would a cool thing for it be?
I think I read some rumours that the plan was to go back to Rapture, but I think a prequel is honestly one of the only places they could go, because after the destruction of Rapture in Bioshock 2, not like as a story thing, but like because it's degraded, because it's underwater, I don't really think you can do much more with it. Like, that was pretty much the end of Rapture, so why would you need to go back? I think they need like a new characters, they need like a new way to look at Rapture. What was great about Bioshock Infinite was the Burial at Sea DLC. Because you got to go back to Rapture before the fall, and that was awesome. I loved that. So I think they should the game should take place before Rapture goes to shit, but it should take place as it goes to shit. Like you experience the massacre of 1959, and then like it that happens like midway through the game.
New Year's Eve party, like you're at that New Year's Eve party.
You're at that party. The splicers come in from Atlas, and like it all kicks off. And that like
Splicers.
what would be great? Yeah, what would be great is if we could build up to that for the first half of the game, where like you're police or something, I don't know, so you know how to shoot and stuff. But I just think that's really, if they're gonna stick to Rapture, that's the only place they can go. But as you mentioned, Dean, for like they've been in the air as well, they've done Columbia, so
Columbia didn't really have the same mystique as Rapture, right?
No, it didn't. The DLC was great, Burial at Sea was fantastic, but again, that's kind of because of Rapture and like Elizabeth especially. I feel like in Infinite they got really into the different dimensions and multiple realities and stuff, and it was good, but it kind of distracted from what people liked about Bioshock so much, which was a real fucked up society got fucked even worse, and like you don't really know what part you're playing in it. I think that was what was appealing about the first game, but
totally.
I want something like that.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess like it's always been the like questioning the philosophies behind Bioshock that is the really actually interesting part of it. It's not just shooter. Like there's a lot of other stuff going on there, and that's really, I think anyone, whenever they make a new one, that has to be part of the thinking behind it for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It's It's like, I feel the same way about the next Bioshock game as I do about Fable, like, because they're not made by the same people now. It's like, where they're going to take with it and where they're going to go with it is so up for grabs. Like, you could literally just throw stuff in the air and they could all be, kind of accurate.
Thank you for the super chat. Dragon Mage 05 says, glad you enjoyed the pictures of my fur daughters.
Yay!
Yeah, we did.
Fairy babies.
And then Hello MJick N says, is it the norm for gamers to have a backlog of video games? I thought all gamers complete the game first before going to new ones.
Funny? Is that a joke?
I don't know anyone without a pile of shame, to be honest.
Yeah. I think it's specifically like Steam sales and stuff like that definitely lend themselves to people having a pile of shame.
If you're able to work your way through a game before you move on to the next one, I'm scared of you, to be perfectly honest, because I just that's impressive.
And then Panky39 says, important question though, Fleabag or Hot Priest?
Well, you've not seen Fleabag, so I don't want to go into too many spoilers.
Hot Priest, you'll know who Hot Priest is though, Zoe. Hot Priest is oh god, what's the actor's name? Yes, that's right.
He does have a lovely thick neck and nice arms.
Thick neck.
That's a quote from the show.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I just thought you just picking out.
All right.
Andrew Scott, he's Irish and lovely. A very, 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 very attractive man.
I would like to recommend another TV show, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Utopia, not on Amazon, not the Amazon one, the one that was produced by Channel 4 like quite a long time ago. I recently remembered it existed, and it's really freaking good, and you should watch the first season.
Everyone says that's incredible. Yeah, I really need to check it out.
Utopia is fucked up, but so good. So good. It's very pretty as well.
Wasn't it? Like, it's kind of creepy how it's... Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you know what it's about, Ian?
I've watched the couple of episodes of the Amazon one, the new one, and kind of drifted away from it. I watched them a couple of weeks ago and just forgot to carry on with it.
I'd give the Channel 4 one a go. The Channel 4 one is, I think it's a bit more like, in terms of how it feels, a bit more British. Like, it's very like off kilter, and you never quite know what's going to happen next, and it's very violent.
Have you watched both?
I've seen clips of the Amazon one, but I'm incredibly biased towards the Channel 4 one, just because I really like it.
Did it seem like a shot-for-shot remake, or like a...
I couldn't say. I've not seen enough of the Amazon one to say, but I just... Channel 4 one is so good.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. I will.
recommend.
I've put down Utopia Channel 4 onto my list anyway.
Oh, we've got some super chats as well. When I'm 64-bit says Game Pass has made my backlog so much worse.
Yeah. Excellent point.
Yeah.
Excellent
And
point.
Aoife, I think my very serious fish should be read out by you because I will massacre that. Pirate.
All right. So, okay, my Irish is. You might have noticed I've been saying a little bit more Irish on the channel lately because I'm trying to. It's partly because I'm missing being in Ireland because I haven't been with my family or been in Ireland for so long. But also, I feel like I should know a bit more Irish than I do. But I can tell you, I know what this means. So it's Gia Ditch, I guess. So that's hello and happy weekend.
Oh, great! Thank you.
Between work and crap weather, are there any home workout tips you'd like to share? Workout. You see, I find it really hard to do home workouts lately.
I can't do it. Straight up, can't do it.
And then, thanks a million.
I've got an app on my phone, and I stopped doing it for ages because I pulled a muscle here. And it really did a bit of damage. But I've been using this app called Arm. It's basically called Arm Workout, and it kind of gamifies. Sorry about the cracked screen, but every day you have a set amount of workouts, and it's only about 15 to 20 minutes, and you do it every day, and you get to tick it off. And having it on an app and just do a bit every day and tick it off works. For me, works really well. It's just basically gamifying a part of my life and having a little checklist to do. That helps. And this arm workout, you don't even need gym equipment. You can do it without any kind of gym equipment. Basically, I want to get good arms like Hot Priest.
Nice.
having a plan, I would say, is probably the most helpful thing about helpful tip I could give about home workouts, because it's really hard for me to be disciplined to work from home mostly because I don't really have the space here. I much prefer going to a gym because I know when I go to a gym, I'm there to work out, and when I leave the gym, that the workout is done. It's really hard to kind of make your home space into a workout space because you're just sweating in your own living room or something. I don't know. So,
I get really fixated on the floor. Is that weird?
No, that's not weird.
The fact that I can feel my floor and it's not a gym floor really freaks me out, and I can't do it.
Yeah, so I was I was really struggling.
So I was going to say, does it freak you out more than sweets shaped like body parts?
No, that's very high on the list. That is very high on the list. Seriously, the next time Resident Evil holds an event and they have food shaped like bodies, one of you two are going. I'm not going to that. For a week.
I don't know. I think workouts, it's try and, because I was really struggling with the first lockdown. It was really because working out is really linked to my own personal mental health. I really like that. It's just as important for my mental health as it is for my physical, I feel, because it's a time when I can switch off work, because I switch off everything else and I just focus on doing the exercises that I have in mind. But then with lockdown and everything, you can't. There was no way to do anything. So when it all kind of everything started opening back up again, I started working with a personal trainer because I kind of lost a lot of that motivation, and I was really, really eager to get it back. And then we were working towards it, and we were going really well. And then I had to go to hospital because I, worked out too hard on my arms, and they exploded.
You were too tough for even your own body.
We're starting to work together again, so it's
Saul Reed comes up with a good point here for working out at home. If you happen to have VR, Beat Saber is a hell of a workout in expert mode. It's true, Beat Saber really does get the cardio going, and also Pistol Whip. If you don't have that, Pistol Whip gets a lot more of your upper body going as well, because you're ducking and moving and dodging and stuff. That one, when I want to do something a little bit more active, is good. But, Beat Saber on expert, definitely.
We've even got a super chat from Gildoza that says, in regards to showing off new tech, is Astro's Playroom a better pack-in game than Wii Sports? Also, where would you put Astro on the list of best PS5 launch games? Godfall being number one, of course. Don't you dare. Don't include Godfall in with Astro.
Oh man,
Astro's Playroom. Yeah, it's such a good.
I think it's great. Astro's Playroom is really good.
It's a great use of the tech, but I can't see people. Like, once you've played it, like, I can imagine people playing it and going through and getting all the collectibles and, like, mainlining it until they've done that. 100% I'm doing that myself. But in terms of being a better packing game than Wii Sports and the Wii Bowling especially sold so many units just on that. You know, you'd have... Even my nana had a Wii Sports, a Wii, so she could play Wii Bowling in the old folks' home, like with all their mates and stuff. And I think, I think Wii Sports was a game that people kept playing and bringing out, and it was a family game that everyone could crowd around and play. So while it shows off the new tech of the controller amazingly, I'm not sure, being a better packing game, I just think Wii Sports had a bit more life to it.
I'd agree
like
with
a
that.
longevity, even, not more life.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like, I think that's exactly what Astrobot's Playroom was designed for, nothing more. Like, Wii Sports is a multiplayer game, so it has that longevity built in. Whereas, like, I think like Astro's Playroom is an incredibly charming little experience that is designed just to introduce you to what the console can do, and also celebrate like PlayStation as a whole. I don't think many people will play it again, but it is lovely for what it is. So yeah, I think you're right, Ian, totally. And then what was it? I saw another chat there before. I can't find it now. Oh yeah. Cullen says, hey all, hope morning, day, evening is going well. Celebrating 2 weeks off nicotine after decades of smoking, feeling pretty good. That's amazing.
Well done.
That's great.
Yeah, keep it up.
That is incredible.
As someone who time travelled back in time and did a bit of smoking and then gave it up, I can tell you it's difficult. But as someone who I've 5 years ago. It was a long time ago, and I did it like cold turkey.
Wow, that's intense. Cold turkey as well.
It was. It's been such a long time that I don't really ever get the need to smoke anymore. Occasionally, sometimes when I'm on holiday in a really hot place and I'm on a balcony, I sometimes think, do you know, I'd love to just sit here with a cigarette and a beer. But it is a very hard thing to do, and it probably took about 10 years to get it completely out of my system. And even then, there's an occasional like, oh, wouldn't it be nice? But yeah, it's massive respect to anyone who manages to give up smoking, because it is a tough thing to do. Best thing to do if you want to give up smoking is never start.
Very true. Good advice. I think, I'd love to know the numbers of like, do many young people fewer young people take up smoking now? I would like to think that's probably
Vaping now is cool, but
pretty much. Which is also bad for you. It's not good for you.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's really bad to have like water vapor in your lungs. I think it's like heavy air quotes, better than smoking for you, but that doesn't mean it's good for you. Like, the best kind of smoking is none at all, unless it's meat on a barbecue or something. It's not the same thing at all.
100%.
Chris Stevens says, after spamming F5 for a week, I finally got a PS5 yesterday. Hooray!
Hooray!
Thanks for the amazing Demon Souls content that kept me entertained while waiting. Well, that is our pleasure. I'm glad you managed to get one, because like a lot of sites were just down constantly yesterday, which meant a lot of people did not manage to get one. So you were very lucky. So well done.
Congrats.
Congrats indeed. We've got about half an hour left. So how about, if you fancy it, some Bonk, Marry, Kill, the Breakfast Foods edition. This was sent to us by regular viewer Alyssa. She... Okay, she says this definitely will not cause any arguments. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open 2 instances of this, so that I can ask you both at the same time, maybe. Okay. Go for it. If you.
I was just going to say, we've now been tagged in a picture of someone's Norwegian forest cat.
Right, I'm having a look.
white, and you have to see it.
Yeah. Oh, it's like could be related to Kitty.
Oh,
Absolutely could be related to Kitty, who's just
Not as
over
chonk
there.
as Kitty.
Kitty's just a strong boy. Okay,
Strong
people
boy.
people mistake his muscles for yeah, he's a chunky boy.
There's no mistaking Titch as chonk for muscle, unfortunately.
So cute.
Oh god, Titch has got into this real habit now of like Laura will feed her, and then a couple of hours later she'll start coming up to me going meow meow meow, making a fuss of it. And if Laura hasn't told me that she's fed Titch, I'll be like, oh, she wants feeding, and I'll feed her, so she knows. Like, so we have to tell each other that we fed the cat now, because the cat will get extra feeds if we're not careful.
I read a story about university students who had a cat and they had to have a timetable up with like ticking the whiteboard whether you fed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like, this cat is getting too fat, and turns out we're all feeding it.
Oh.
The cat also, like, cats always make you they make you think that they've never been fed because they're screaming, like they're like, I'm starving.
Yeah.
When they've ate like 10 minutes before.
Titch is super vocal.
Where is he? I'm going to find him now.
Find him.
I saw something that said cats are basically like Victorian children. Like, imagine being on orgasms now.
Oh, yay! We've got a cat on the camera. There he is. Kitty.
He's so
Kitty.
sweet.
Oh, he is sleepy. He's so much more well-behaved. Oh, he looks proper sleepy. Where am I? Oh, he can't even keep his eyes open. Oh, so snoozy. That's so snoozy. He loves being scratched under the chin, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh, he just loves attention. Just all together.
Yeah. Incredible. Titchy!
Are you trying to get Titch now?
Yeah, she won't. Unless there's some food, she'll be like, nah. Nah. Right, let's do this breakfast foods edition quiz. Starting with pancakes, waffle, and French toast. Which would you rather fuck? Pancakes, waffles, or French toast?
Are we really doing... Okay.
Apparently.
Okay.
I think, what, FMK out of them?
Yes. So,
Okay.
yeah, basically it's FMK, and I'll mark it down for each person.
Okay, I'd kill waffles because they're basically just
So,
pancakes.
Aoife would kill waffles. You're going to kill waffles as well, are you?
Yeah, just straight
Okay.
off the block.
Cool. Waffles are killed.
I'd probably fuck pancakes, I think.
Okay, that's it, yeah. So
And
that
I'd
means you're
marry
going to marry waffles.
French toast.
French
is
toast.
fucking amazing. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'd marry pancakes and fuck French toast because French toast is an every so often treat, whereas pancakes are always going to be there for you.
I had the same.
Okay.
I was like, but if I'm marrying one of them, I want to marry the one which I can have every day, and that's
True.
French toast, also known by its much less elegant name, eggy bread, which is how I feel.
Eggy bread. Oh,
That's
God.
actually really good.
Yeah, that is a good one. Okay, next one. FMK, cereal, oatmeal, or yogurt parfait?
What was the first one?
Cereal.
Oh.
So
What is yogurt parfait?
I'm Googling it.
So yogurt parfait looks like fruit yogurt, like natural yogurt, and maybe some kind of.
So it's just yogurt. Essentially.
Yeah, granola. That's the one. Granola, fruit, and yogurt.
Okay.
I would kill cereal because I don't really have it ever.
Yeah.
I would marry oatmeal because I have it literally pretty much every day. I call it protein though, 'cause I put protein powder in it. Protein, and then I would fuck fruit parfait because it's just a nice little thing that you can sometimes get when you're on holiday or something, but it wouldn't be part of my regular rotation.
Okay. How about you, Zoe?
I would kill yogurt parfait because just say it's yogurt and granola rather than I would marry cereal because I love cereal.
Yeah.
Have a bowl of cereal for dinner because I'm a trash. And I would fuck oatmeal because I really like porridge.
Okay.
Great, especially with like some banana and cinnamon.
Amazing.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
Okay, next up, scrambled eggs, omelette, and eggs Benedict.
Oh, marry Eggs Benedict right away.
Okay,
It's the
Aoife's
best.
page is that one.
So
Eggs Benedict for marriage. Okay, and then there's scrambled eggs or omelette left.
Fuck scrambled eggs. Kill omelet. Omelets kind of like tend to make me feel a bit ill. I don't know what it is. I think
Yeah.
it's a combination of cheese and egg.
I'm exactly the same.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm the same. I think mine are exactly the same as Aoife.
So you're killing omelette, you're marrying Eggs Benedict,
Oh my
Mhm.
god, how do you
and
not?
you're getting busy with the scrambled eggs. Okay.
Have like pretty much anything and they still
Yeah.
go.
Mm.
But like
It's true.
omelets are so
Which is weird because that's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always find omelets really wet and like not
Yeah.
really like they just don't no.
Texture does not appeal to me at
Yeah,
all.
I kind of, if they've got some like chunky peppers in and stuff, like chunky
Yeah.
bits of pepper, I kind of.
But cheese in it, it's just it instant turns my stomach.
Whereas if you get scrambled eggs and you do them like the really fancy way, then like they're like velvet. They're so good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But yeah,
Mm.
that
Oh,
Next
making my mouth
Benedict.
water now.
kind of winner. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay, right. Next up, cinnamon roll, bagel, and donut.
Marry cinnamon roll.
Okay,
Like
that's
chop on
Zoe's
marry,
page.
absolutely.
Marry cinnamon roll. Yep.
Kill bagel and fuck
Kill
donut.
bagel.
Like,
Okay, I would kill donut because I feel like
Poor
the
donut.
idea of a donut is always better than the donut itself. It never like. Sometimes I'll like, oh, I'll have a bite of donut, and that's all I want. I don't want the full donut. Like it's
Oh.
just too much. And then yeah, cinnamon rolls. Oh fuck yeah.
He's going to
Marry
marry it.
cinnamon roll.
Marry it. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And then yeah, fuck with a bagel.
bagel bang.
Yeah.
the problem is that I have a massive sweet tooth, and bagels are very often savoury, so it's why it's immediately kill because it's like no.
Oh man.
I think I can guess which one you'll marry out of this next one, Aoife. It's avocado toast, biscuits and gravy, and chocolate croissant.
Ooh.
Oh my god. Yes, avocado toast. I would have it for every meal of every day. If
So,
it was,
marry
if it
avocado.
was okay to do.
Okay, marry
I
avocado
literally had it
toast.
today.
Nice. And so you've got left biscuits and gravy and chocolate croissant.
I wouldn't really go for either of those to be honest with you. But I'm more of a savoury gal than sweet, so I'll kill the chocolate croissant.
God,
Yeah.
bad at chocolate. How could you?
Yeah.
What a monster! Okay, how about you, Zoe?
Marry chocolate croissant.
Ooh,
Straight.
okay.
Absolutely love chocolate croissant. What were the other options?
Biscuits and gravy, which I think it must be more of an American thing, and then avocado
Yeah.
toast.
When they say biscuit, they kind of mean a scone, right?
Yeah.
I would fuck avocado toast and kill biscuits and gravy.
Okay.
Avocado toast is great. It's so good. I like
it's
the
the
term
best.
smashed avocado, especially.
It's just so good, especially when you start adding in like a little bit of seasoning, like a bit of cumin or like chili flakes, or put some sriracha on the top there. It's
Ooh.
just some
That's-
coriander.
Oh, that
Brilliant.
sounds even better. Just you could have that for every meal of the day.
Yeah,
something
well,
like that,
exactly.
dang.
And if you're not doing it already, put some lime juice in your avocado, your smashed avocado, because it's a game changer.
Okay.
Some people have been given dog food as a replacement for PS5s.
Oh God.
Keeping us updated on all the things people have been given
Yeah.
instead of PS5s.
Oh my God.
Atrocious.
Even worse if you don't actually have a dog. At least if you have a dog, you can use it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. True.
There's more breakfasts here than I thought existed. But next up is muffin, crepe, and quiche.
Oh, quiche for
Quiche
breakfast.
breakfast?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Quiche is more like a party food. Like have it in a plate, a cold plate, a party buffet. I don't mean like, let's have a big party, I'm going to bring a quiche out. Yeah, it's quiche time.
I'd say. So what was it?
So
Quiche.
muffin, crepe, or quiche?
I'd marry muffin.
Marry the muffins. Is that
I
Zoe's
love
one? Yeah. Marry, muffin.
I would fuck crepes because crepes are also incredible. Banana Nutella. Winner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
As well. And I would kill quiche because
cool quiche.
that is not a breakfast food.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with Zoe's assessment there.
Okay, so crepe, marry, muffin. Is that right? Yeah, marry muffin.
Yeah.
And then kill the quiche.
Kill the quiche.
Kill the quiche. Okay, next up. Oh, this is another American style one. Yogurt, grits, and a fruit bowl. Not sure what grits is.
It's something to do with egg, right?
I will Google it. I think, yeah.
Sounds like something a cowboy would have.
Yeah.
Porridge made from boiled cornmeal.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, yeah, porridge, but with cornmeal instead of oats.
Interesting.
Okay.
Is it meant to be more savory or
Yeah, I
like?
think it's savoury. Often served with... Oh, God, I don't know, actually. I'm not sure. But yeah, it looks like it's savoury.
Okay. Well, yogurt, grits, or fruit bowl.
I enjoy a fruit bowl, so I'm gonna put that in as Mari. I
Married a
guess?
fruit bowl. Nice.
Yeah.
Grits is the thing, apparently, by the way. Just to
What is?
shrimp and grits.
Ooh.
Should have had grits with my shrimp for lunch instead of
Shrimp
raspberry.
and grits.
Oh, I guess that's kind of like congee or something.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Tiny bit.
60% of people would marry fruit bowls, by the way, just in case you're interested.
There you go.
You're with the majority. So, what do you reckon? Kill grits? And
Yeah.
bang some yogurt?
I've gone this far in my life without knowing about grits, so
Fair enough. How about you, Zoe?
Same as Aoife.
Same as Aoife.
Kill grits,
Okay.
bang yogurt, and marry whatever the other one was.
Fruit bowl.
Yeah, I'd marry fruit bowl. Yeah.
marry. I'll marry you, fruit bowl, even though I don't remember your name.
Manger's fruit pots. Their mango was so
Jeez.
good.
Oh
How
yeah.
many breakfasts are there? Oh, okay, we're nearly done.
Okay.
We are. What was that one? So next up, breakfast sandwich, breakfast taco, or breakfast burrito. God damn, breakfast burrito.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
That is good.
Oh, that breakfast taco looks awesome. It's got like big bits of bacon in it.
I'd say breakfast. Is this FMK or is this just which one do we like best?
FMK still.
I'd say marry breakfast taco because that sounds like quite light.
Zoe's one. Yeah, marry breakfast taco.
But breakfast sandwich and kill the burrito.
What? How could
Burritos
you-
have too much heft for breakfast for me.
Yeah, but that's-
Burritos are like a
sets you up for the
lunch meal.
day.
Yeah, no, and also this feels like again another savoury breakfast.
Yes.
I don't like savoury breakfasts.
Which has guac in it though?
Good question.
Looking at the picture, maybe the taco has guac in it. None of the others have any kind of green substance. The rest are
Okay.
very beige.
Oh god, no, yeah, okay. So
That's not
Mari
good.
taco, yeah.
So you're going to marry taco.
Yeah. And then maybe fuck the burrito because I don't know. Because is the sandwich going to be heavier because it's a lot more bread?
I would.
don't know.
I'd get busy with a burrito over a
I think-
sandwich.
Burritos have more filling.
That's true. That is true. I don't know.
Okay.
But isn't this the beauty of breakfast that it can be sweet or savoury and you
Yeah.
can have whatever you want? It's
That's
great.
it. One of the things I miss the most, in because of plague land, is like going to hotels and having the breakfast buffets. Where you're like, oh, do I fancy like a bowl of melon and stuff, or do I want to go and get some sausages and some
You can
bacon?
have both.
Yeah, why don't I have both? Like
There's always
breakfast.
a really good selection of teas, like herbal teas
Yeah.
that I personally very much enjoy.
Oh, yeah. When will I get a breakfast buffet again? Boo.
When
gonna be a
will I
while.
see you again? We had a super chat from Rascal King, by the way.
Yes.
It says, just dropping to say hi.
Hi.
Everyone is fabulous today, including
thank
you, chat. Happy weekend. Right, back to work.
Definitely you, chat.
Enjoy work, Rascal King. Thank you very much.
Definitely you, chat. Okay, bacon, sausage, and ham. The ham
Just
in this picture
a
looks
concept?
gross. Yeah, it's just three assorted meats. Which one would you bang? Which one would you marry? And which one would you kill out of bacon, sausage, and ham?
I've realised I don't think I like bacon.
No, I don't either.
Like, I got bacon. I was at the shop. I was like, "Oh, I'll get some bacon to have with my dal that I'd made." And I ate it. I was like, "I don't. This is so salty. I really
Yeah.
don't like this anymore." So
I feel like I don't know either of you anymore.
No, I'm 100% with Zoe. The last couple of times I've had bacon, I'm so like, I'm over it. I'm just over it. It's just salt. It's
Oh,
like,
fuck, where's the HR's number? This is disgusting.
kill bacon.
Oh!
Yeah.
I
I
can't believe
think
you want to kill bacon.
I don't have ham for breakfast, so oh god, I guess I'd fuck ham as a one night stand, and then I'd marry.
yeah. I agree with that.
Sausage is pretty tasty.
Okay, exactly the same for you, Aoife.
Yes, exactly the
You
same.
fucking kill bacon. Jeez.
Yeah. That's a very controversial opinion, by the way. Chat is just full of people going, "What?"
Yeah.
I'm distraught, chat. Absolutely
Sorry,
distraught.
guys.
At least this means if we ever, all three of us, go to a breakfast buffet
You
together,
have all the bacon.
all the bacon is mine. So it's good in a way.
It's
Okay.
it's like when people say, "Oh, I don't like this kind of food," exactly like that. It's like kind of good because it means you don't have to compete for it.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, true.
I just love everyone's so obsessed. Like, you maniacs!
They're good.
I'm so furious.
Unsubscribe.
The great bacon debate of 2020.
There's no debate about it. You
Everyone's like,
two
I'm
are.
drinking for that.
I need to drown my sorrows. Oh my
Sorry,
god.
guys.
All right, the final breakfast is
Right.
chicken and waffles, acacia bowl. Is that right? ACAI.
Asahi.
Asahi bowl. I've never even heard. That's too
It's
posh.
lovely.
Too
Yeah,
posh for this,
right.
Higton. And hash browns. So chicken and waffles, Asahi bowl, and hash browns. Acai bowl.
Acai.
Okay.
Go on, Aoife, you can go first with this one.
Kill hash browns. They're too greasy. Don't like them.
For
Sorry.
it's killing hash browns. I think I'd
To
do
be
the
fair,
same.
the last time I had hash browns was when I was really hungover, and it was a McDonald's hash brown, which is
Mm.
probably why it was so greasy. But I just don't really vibe off them.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Acai bowl, I would marry, and then what was the other one?
Chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles. Do you know what? I've actually had pretty decent chicken and waffles. It was with like almost like a satay sauce. It was like peanut buttery and with loads of chilies on top, chilies and fresh coriander. So it was like it was a classy chicken and waffles. But it was really nice. I think it was in like actually it was in a. I'm gonna sound awful, but it was when we were in Boston for PAX. It was me and I think Johnny and I think Luke Westway and all were there. We went to like a brunchy jazz bar, and we had this for breakfast. And
That sounds amazing.
It was
Yeah.
so good. And we listened to live jazz at the same, and I love live jazz. So that's like my fond memory of that trip. So yeah, it was cool.
Fair play. Yeah, I actually really like chicken and waffles. I only ever had it in America, but
Yeah,
it's
you don't get it very often
so
here.
weird, but yeah, really nice. How about you, Zoe?
I would kill chicken and waffles.
Kill chicken
I
and
really like
waffles.
it, but I love hash browns. So I'd
Okay.
love hash browns, and I would marry an acai bowl in a shot. Acai is incredible. Yeah, Ian, you should see if you have like somewhere near you that does them. It's
Yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah.
Especially if you get acai frozen acai rather than acai pulp.
How would you describe acai?
It's kind of like it tastes like forest fruits, but it's almost
Okay.
like sorbet the way you get it in an acai bowl, and it's really good for you. It's got loads of antioxidants.
Yeah.
But it's so delicious. It's fucking amazing. There's a place near me that does an acai bowl, but it's £13 without delivery, and
Oh,
I'm like,
crikey.
it's a lot of money.
I'll
really
try
nice.
and track one down.
Yeah.
Typically get it with it's served with like granola, Ian. So it's like kind of like a berry sauce sort of sorbet sort of deal, but it's not frozen or anything. Well, normally you wouldn't get it frozen, and then it's just got like an assortment of different fruits and granola and things with it. So it's almost like a parfait, I suppose.
Okay. The picture of it
yeah.
looks quite nice, to be honest. The picture on this
Very
website. It's got some looks like some seeds on there as well as some blueberries and
Useless Lesbian, which is an amazing name, by the way.
Amazing
Says
name.
he is thriving on controversy today. I'm sorry, I don't like hash browns. Yeah.
So because this was an FMK, there's actually not no roundup
Result,
as such.
yeah.
No result. Just a lot of
lot.
like things as to what who would. There's percentages of whether you're the same as everyone else's choice or whatever. So I'm going to give you both a roundup, which was how dare you fucking kill bacon?
I think that's
How dare
everyone
you?
is, to be honest. Everyone knows, Aoife, that we haven't had good bacon because it's been too salty. But
I don't know. I've had some decent bacon and some decent like I agree that it depends on how it's served as to how salty it is. But I think even in general, even when I've had bacon that's not salty, it's still. I think you guys like the concept of bacon more than you like bacon itself. Like it's that you
around
yeah.
bacon. we are dismantling right now.
No. I'm propping it back up again. It's like a huge game of Jenga. I'm like, no, don't topple. Yeah, so Alyssa was right. It did cause arguments, but not for the reason I was thinking.
Oh my gosh.
We've got a super chat from Antonio Garza that says, "Thank you for the quiz. I'm now having second breakfast out of all the cravings."
Good work.
Oh, breakfast. We also had one from Gaz Sharp who says, "Use this to buy decent bacon."
Yes, Gaz Sharp, yes. Oh,
Now,
amazing.
pancetta, like Kat is mentioning pancetta. I like pancetta in like carbonara. It's really good, but not bacon.
Because it's smaller portions, I think. Bacon's just too
Like,
bad.
it's got some fat to render as well, which tastes amazing.
Oh yeah. I'm really hungry now.
Oh, Pointless says bacon is delicious meat candy.
No, that's jerky. That's
yeah.
'cause
Biltong
that is, like, meat
stuff.
carbo. Yeah, that's like so. Oh yeah, I do enjoy that actually.
Sean Cook says, you killed bacon? And then there's a question marks and exclamation marks. Exactly, Sean, exactly.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Well, that's it. It's not Xbox Series X and PS5 that's divided. It's versus bacon.
We knew that in this like next gen launch week, this is the big argument that would that would cause like
Screw console wars, it's bacon wars.
wow. Well, some people are saying now they want bacon, so we've done you a favor there, probably.
Psychology, suckers.
Yeah.
I mentioned all along.
Yeah. Also, there's a few vegetarians in the chat saying, "Oh no meats at all." My wife is vegetarian, and she actually, I don't know what it's called, but she has some vegetarian bacon that, when she's cooking it, smells exactly like real bacon. When I eat it, texture's off a little bit, and it's it kind of almost has. The taste is close, but it's a little bit like good muting, self-muting.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's kind of like bacon crisps and stuff. You have the bacon flavour rather.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell it's still a little bit bacon flavoured, but it's actually not. It's not as terrible as I thought it would be.
You know what's a really good veggie substitute for some types of meat? There's a brand, not sponsored by them. There's a brand of it's called Wicked Kitchen, and they do a really good jalapeno pea protein burger. And it is fantastic. It's so good.
That's amazing.
And I can't get a goddamn delivery slot on Tesco because I bought like 4 packs of it last time.
I think in an ideal world, I would be mostly plant-based. I think like I really love plant-based meals, and I've been trying to make more of them. But yeah, I think it's just mostly because Seb won't really want to give up his meat entirely. But,
I've been trying to have more vegetarian stuff instead of just meat all the time.
yeah.
From Monday to Friday, I tend to try and stay meat-free, and I failed today because of the prawns. But
Yeah, I do have a couple of meat-free days at least a week because Laura's vegetarian and can't be a bit of bacon.
The Lone Sniper Pros in the super chat saying, "You chose to kill bacon and bagels? I'm not sure I recognize you guys anymore." I do quite like bagels, to be fair, but I just like the other things more.
Bagels are nice.
Yeah, Mark Wilson says, #save bacon.
bagels are fine. I only recently found out they're boiled.
Yeah, I know. The process, how they make them, is really interesting, isn't it?
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really cool. I learn most of my cooking things through channels like Binging with Babish and stuff like that. They're really good. Just it's really good.
That's dangerous though, because whatever I watch them make, I want to eat myself, which is just, and Deliveroo is a dangerous enabler for stuff like that. So bad.
But that's why, and Lloyd Mave says HelloFresh has been really good for weaning myself off meat. Totally, because you obviously get everything, all the things to prepare a meal all packaged together. And it's I try and make sure at least 2 meals that we have a week are, vegetarian or plant-based, and it does really help. And it does help us not get Deliveroo as well.
Yes. That's why I'm trying to be strict about actually going out on a Monday and doing a shop, because otherwise it's Wednesday. I ordered Deliveroo twice already. I know.
Yeah. Those are rookie numbers, though. You're gonna have to push those up a little bit.
No, I have. I'm down to 2 months of hard work.
Oh man. Well, we've got about 5 minutes left.
Yep.
It's nice. We've just been chatting for rubbish. We've been putting the world to rights for
Yeah.
most of the anyway.
Anyway,
But yeah,
yeah.
yeah. If you have any other questions about, next gen, about bacon, about anything you like, you can throw them in the chat now. And yeah. Oh yeah, Des Randall says Babish is awesome. His Lord of the Rings special made me so hungry. Yeah, he did all of the foods mentioned in the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
No
So like
way.
second breakfast
No.
and ham with bread and it was so good.
What's that
It's my
called?
life.
Cooking with Babish.
But binging with Babish.
It's that's going on the list.
His name Babish, and it's not. It's Babish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which
Okay,
his name's
that's
Andrew as well, so it just doesn't.
Really?
Yeah. I think the term binging with Babish, I think, is from a show. I think was it from The Wire? I think, anyway. He obviously didn't realize that would define this massive... He's got 8.2 million subs.
Wow.
He did a great video with, I think, Sola from...
She works for him now.
Does she? Oh,
Yeah,
that's great.
yeah, she's really cool. Yeah, she has like a show on his channel, which is awesome.
I'm so glad. We've got a super chat from LaCroix Boy Marks. That says,
Hey.
okay. I'm a cook in my second life and have shaped a lot of my dishes from growing up in Appalachia.
Appalachia.
Appalachia?
Is it
Yeah.
Appalachia? I thought. Wait, no. There's a thing. It's Appalachia. It's right. Hold on. If you don't say Appalachia, I'm going to throw an Appalachia.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
that's.
I've never heard.
So it's not Appalachia. It's Appalachia.
Appalachia.
I think
You
I may have got
can
that wrong.
make spicy chicken and cat head biscuits with chipotle maple syrup this weekend.
What?
my gosh.
Please tweet us photos. That sounds amazing.
Chipotle maple syrup sounds
Mm.
incredible.
Incredible. I love chipotle. Anything that's got vaguely smoky flavour.
I want to eat that now. That's
Jacob.
great.
In the chat, Jacob said, "What I want to know is who hurt you." Not so salty about bacon. Oh my god.
You're saltier than the bacon itself, for goodness sake.
Yeah, come on.
Oh my god. Yeah. That's wrong. Ian says
Oh, is it?
please.
Oh, I don't know. Nightcat says Appalachia in like phonetics. I'm not sure now.
Okay. We've got a super chat from Brett Shell who says, "Good morning from California. Thank you all for
Hey.
helping me get through the hell of nursing school.
Oh.
Now online. Oh man.
Oh.
Good job doing
yeah.
that. My god, that's a lot of work.
My mum was a nurse, and I know exactly how difficult but amazing that job is. Like, you wade through blood and shit and throw up and all kinds of things, but you're like the first protocol and like the hope for a lot of people, and it's amazing. I love nurses. I think they're the best of us all.
The complete backbone of the NHS.
Yeah.
And instead of spending money on military spending, we should be paying them more. But
Yeah.
Oh, LaCroix Boy Mark says it's called Appalachia, or I'll throw an Appalachia. Appalachia, or I'll throw an Appalachia.
Yeah, Brittany Adkins says, as someone from the Appalachian Mountains, I promise you it's not Appalachia.
Okay.
Thank you. We've all learned something. Cause
I still don't know.
Appalachia.
thing is, people correct me on how to pronounce things, and I forget within about 2 minutes. Like, it just
One day we'll invite the American viewers to come and pronounce some English names, place names.
Or Irish names. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Say Leicester.
Spiggy Socialist says Appalachia is actually pronounced
Ooh, West Virginia, Mountain Mama.
absolutely.
oh my gosh, amazing. Cleopatra, Appalachia. But to be fair, Tom Massarello says, I live near
Appalachia.
Appalachia, and I hear it pronounced many different ways, to be honest. So there you go.
We're
Fair
trying,
enough.
everyone.
We're trying really hard.
our best.
Yeah, here you go. People are putting in some suggestions to pronounce from UK names, including Luga Baruga, Bicester, and Manchestershire.
Loughborough.
Loughborough. Luga Baruga? Loughborough, of course, and
Loughborough.
Bicester.
Road trip through Wales, anyone?
Worcestershire tends to confuse a lot of Americans, which
It
I
does.
prefer.
Worcestershire sauce.
God,
Sure.
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Please
Chris Stevens
pronounce. Oh, sorry, go for it.
Chris Stevens says, honestly, as someone who's moved from the UK to the US, the one that bothers me the most is water as water as water.
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 No, I don't know. Or a glass of water.
Water.
Glass of water.
And Gildosa says, please pronounce Hold on. Llanfair.
No.
Go, go,
I know
go.
exactly what you're going to say.
Oh, my mic cut out in the middle there of my perfect pronunciation of the middle. Never mind.
How strange. Norwich. This is
Norwich.
politically.
Nice.
Sorry.
Aluminum.
Aluminum. God.
I don't get that. Aluminum.
Aluminium.
Yeah, I just where did that other syllable go? It was dropped in the Atlantic Ocean and never to be found again.
Sunk.
Oh, Spiffy Mark says, American who moved to the UK a year ago, and I'm doing my best.
Oh, good work. Yes, you can only do your best.
Absolutely.
So.
The best thing when you listen to I listen to an American podcasters and hearing them try to say some names from England is just like some of them are so certain they're saying it right, and it's like, sweetie.
I love it. It's amazing.
They thought Liverpudlians were called Liverpudlians.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Come on.
I still
When you think
listen.
about it, that's like how it is
Yeah.
pronounced. Liverpudlians.
Yeah,
So
totally.
funny.
I still listen to quite a bit of My Favourite Murder, and when Karen and Georgia are talking about murders from the UK, they often say the place names completely wonky.
Referring to. We've got a super chat from Brittany Adkins that says, just want thanks for all the entertainment and good laughs during quarantine. I live alone, just me and my cat, so you helped fill the silence.
Oh, it's our pleasure, absolutely.
Yeah,
And,
glad we could help, Brittany.
and give your cat a cuddle from us.
Yes. Well, I just heard the Maiden in Black ring the last orders bell, I'm afraid. So I'm going to down my drink and go touch the demon inside her.
Ian!
Well, I'm leveling up.
Oh, right, okay, you're going to level.
Yes. If you haven't played Demon Souls, you won't get that, so probably best to play Demon Souls. But yes, thank you so much everyone for joining us at Happy Hour Tavern Time. Happy Hour Tavern Time will return, as will more Among Us, and we will return every single day of the year. So don't forget to like and subscribe to Eurogamer if you like this kind of nonsense. So yeah, have a great weekend everyone, and yeah, we'll see you soon here on Eurogamer. And now I'm going to press my stream deck button. Bye. Hopefully don't say anything rude, just in case I've messed the mics up again. Bye. Oh, it's that button there. Here we go. Bums.